Hi, hi. Today's song of the day is By the Sea by Reiko Kudo. We already looked at one track by Maher Shalal Hashbaz, which is the band formed by Reiko Kudo and her husband Tori Kudo. But I thought I would take the chance to talk about like when I first really got into the Kudo family and their music. By the Sea was the first track that really enchanted me, and is in many ways still, I think, the perfect iconic example of what I really love about their music, which I'll try to break down here. So the way I found them was kind of interesting, or the way I kind of stumbled upon this track and it resonated with me so much. I was recommended this this album, um, which for some reason in English they keep calling Rice Field Silently Ripening in the Night, when the title is literally just Rice Field of like Night of Rice Field, like Rice Field of the Night. Um, like this is just night and this is rice paddy. So I don't know where this longer title came from, but whatever. It's a very evocative, beautiful title, I think. The full English one and the Japanese one, which you can see is so elegantly expressed in the cover, which is just a picture of a rice field at night. So how could I not click it? Like, how could I not see what this is about? And immediately I was enchanted by this album. I really quite liked it. But it seemed like good, but it wasn't. How do I put this? Like, it didn't haunt me. It didn't stick with me immediately. But right around the same time, for some reason, oh no, I know exactly why. I started getting into toy piano videos, and it was because of this. I really like the Totentans, which is a piece by Franz Liszt. It interpolates the Dies Irae, which is that really funerally sad song that they play in a lot of kind of church programs. Dun 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 dun. So the Liszt Totentans is virtuoso extrapolation of that uses that basic melody to it turns it into one of the most difficult and one of the most brain expandingly amazing piano pieces I've ever heard. So I listen to it quite often. I often watch this video of Valentina Lisita playing it. She's fantastic. It's amazing. And I've looked at quite a lot of other covers and performances and stuff of the Totentans. And then at one point I was recommended this video, the Totentans on a toy piano, the Toy-Tintans, if you will, which I really enjoyed. Something about the tinniness, the shrill, simple sound of the toy piano playing something so complex and so dark and foreboding really shook me, and I really enjoyed watching that. And that led me just into a whole rabbit hole of toy piano videos. Um, if you just look for toy piano stuff, it's mostly stuff like this. But then, I don't know, maybe I'll make another toy piano compilation video. But I found some really cool stuff that people were doing on toy pianos. So this was kind of happening. This one is good. I watched this one before. This was kind of happening in parallel to around when I first found this album. And then I think I was trying to spend some free leech tokens on Redacted. So I was like, oh, let's see what else this person's done. Maybe I can try to find this album, whatever. And I got this album, Hito. I don't know why it says that this entire album is also on the album Hito, but whatever. Um, which I listened to. And the first song is really weird. It's like very atonal and kind of like rambly, I guess I would say. Just sort of very eerie and discordant. And I was like, oh, okay, this is kind of cool. It's a little spooky. But then, By the Sea starts, and from the very first instant of it, I am floored. It has this buzzing cicada sound, which to me, because of anime, specifically like Evangelion, has become like a very iconic and sort of haunting sound. Something that to me feels like a nostalgia for a time that I never even had. You know, it makes me think of idealized childhood summers that I never really like. I mean, sure, I had summers and stuff, but not cicada summer. I don't know what I'm trying to explain with this. It's hard to say, but the way that this album uses field recording, uses the sound of cicadas and the wind among the grass and stuff, is so beautiful. And just I felt like I was immediately somewhere that I had never been, with such a fullness of nostalgia. I was amazed. And then from there, plinking softly, as if recorded from a distance, as if she was playing in a porch with the doors open, but that the microphone is way out in the field. You hear Reiko Kudo playing a toy piano, this very simple melody. And singing this song. Now, I wish my Japanese was good enough that I could figure out what she was singing about. I haven't tried too hard. I haven't tried to actually write down and go back and work it out. It's really hard to pick out lyrics, especially when it's recorded like this, and her voice is kind of strange. It's very kind of high pitched and childlike in a way. Trying to figure out from all of the homophones that are in Japanese what someone is saying at any given time without really any context. All I know is that the piece is called "By the Sea." I have no idea what else she's singing about. It's tough. It's very tough. So I couldn't tell you what the lyrics are at all. But she sings it, as I said, in this strange kind of bird song esque, very light and simple tone, singing very sincerely and yet kind of privately, as if she doesn't think anyone is listening, as if this is just a simple song that she's composed herself, that she's playing on this nice summer day to kind of pass the time. I feel there is perhaps a narrative I can infer just from the sound of the song and the title, that we hear the cicadas and the wind and the grass. We don't hear the sea. So I think it's her singing about how she'd like to go to the sea, or what the sea must be like, or something along these lines. But that she's not at the sea, that she's at home inland, and is just having one of those lazy Sunday afternoons, thinking about someplace out there, not really discontent with where she is, but just only content, you know? I don't know. I don't know. I'm not really pulling that from anywhere. I'm not really necessarily meaning anything by it, but it's just what I feel when I hear this song. It's so beautiful to me. I find this song so precious, and the rest of the song contains a lot of these elements again. There's more field recording, there's more toy piano, there's more of the same very simple singing. A lot of other tracks on this album I'm in love with too, but this one feels a little special. I think it's because of the impact it had on me, and that moment of realization, that moment of synchronicity where all of these interests that I had kind of happening in parallel, of toy pianos and of field recordings and my natural weeabooism, and my love of slice of life anime and things that create this wonderful, idealized, nostalgic romance of Japanese life. All of these things colliding so simply and suddenly in one song. It really moved me. So yeah, I love this album. I would like to get a copy of it. $13. That's actually way cheaper than I thought it would be. Oh, baby. Oh, I really want to pull the trigger. I really, really want to pull the trigger. So I don't know. Look forward to an unboxing video soon, perhaps. But yeah, check this out. I don't think it's on YouTube. You could see I was searching for it when we started, and I do not see it here. But do your best to track it down, or listen to some of her other music, because you can pull out a lot of the same themes, I'm sure, and maybe understand the appeal. Okay, that's all for now.